Welcome back to Seize the Adventure. In today's episode, we are starting the day off by delivering a couple of these packages. If you didn't see the last video, I just released the Bring the Outdoors In collection of merchandise for my channel, and I'm starting the Seize the Adventure lifestyle brand. So if you're interested in a cool beanie, a hoodie, maybe a t-shirt, go ahead, check out that link. It'll be in the description below and I'll pop it up here on the screen as well. I just want to get these packages out as soon as possible, and I really appreciate all of your support. And we got Allsy along with us dropping off some packages. Let's go do it. So this first delivery is actually a hand delivery. I'm going to be dropping it off at the individual's house. Thank you so much, James. If you're watching this, you're the first order of Seize the Adventure Co., and I really appreciate your support. Now me and Allsy are headed to the post office to drop off these other two packages, and then we're gonna go home and work on the van a little bit. Well, here is the Seize the Adventure workshop. If you're new here and you've never seen it before, we've built 2.5 vans, we could say, in this little workshop. I've built 3 vans using this little table, and clearly it's not in the best shape anymore. We might have cut it a few times. And I apologize for the total mess in here, but we are in the middle of building a van out right now. It gets so messy when you build a van, and I try to clean up every couple of days. Here is the 97 Dodge B2500 build. And it's coming out amazing. I just absolutely love the full cedar look. I had somebody comment on one of my old videos saying they're not a big fan of the, what did they say? Cedar Cave, I believe. I think it looks awesome. Who doesn't like a good cabin? And everybody's definitely entitled to their opinion, but there's just something so unique about seeing so much wood in a vehicle. I had somebody comment about this matte black sink, and I had forgotten to put the link in the description. So if you are interested in this exact sink and faucet, I'll have that linked down below this video. I went with all black accents for this van, and I think it really contrasts all the natural wood perfectly. I actually enjoy doing little finishing pieces like that, even though the little jigsaw cuts are annoying and you might go through a lot of these bits. It's really fun to see your project start to come to a finish. To go along with the sink setup, we're gonna have a 12-volt pump that I'll mount somewhere up here in the corner, and that'll be attached to our faucet. So we'll have an actual faucet in here, a 7-gallon freshwater and a 7-gallon gray water tank. Now I'm kind of debating about maybe getting another one of these 7 gallons, and these will actually fit under my bed because I have about 17 inches of clearance under here, so I could have a lot more water than just 7 gallons if I find that I need it. 7 gallons is plenty, but if I'm planning on using this as an outdoor shower in the summertime, then we'll probably need a little bit more water. Today, we're out in the rain and the cold, starting the day off right with the run. And then we're gonna jump into the build. Paul? So let me know if you like these more vlog style videos. I think we might start doing something along the lines of this. Just kind of integrating my day-to-day life and adventures and van build content, everything kind of just into one vlog. I think integrating some other types of video ideas might be refreshing for the channel. Keeping the van dry has been a major challenge, I guess you could say. I've been using this piece of plastic to kind of cover that little bit of space that some water gets into. But other than that, we've been making it work with the doors open. We moved the shop around, so we have the miter saw really close to the actual back of the van with all the wood that we need, any spare cuts and whatnot. It's been something major that I've been trying to do is keep the interior of this vehicle completely dry so no mold accumulates. But check this thing out. Oh my goodness. I'm getting really close to finishing all the cedar up. Don't mind the discrepancy. This has poly on it. This doesn't yet. Essentially, I just have been using offcuts from every single one of my builds to finish off this little cedar cave we got going on. Yesterday when I turned the camera off, I was kind of just creating all these small little cuts to fill in the holes and edges. So as you can see, we just have cedar covering up all that plywood. And now we have to finish up this corner, get a nice back plate here. So the countertop is in its final form. We went ahead yesterday and removed it and made another cut right here so it could sit a little bit more flush into the window. We did the same over here. And we're gonna have to just cover off this little section to finish up this bit, but overall pretty nice. And this is mounted to the van. We also went ahead and threw the fridge in here just to see how it looks, and I think it looks really cool. We have various stickers from kind of all over Oregon and whatnot on it. But yeah, essentially yesterday all I was doing was making these small little cuts of cedar so we could kind of get our finished end product wall. As for this overhead storage setup, I think I'm just gonna keep it open. I kind of enjoy just the openness of it and being able to just reach in there and grab something without obstructing it with some type of door getting in the way. Maybe I'll put a piece of cedar just along here to kind of make things flow. But I ordered this carpet, this speaker carpet, and I glued it up to the fiberglass here, and it came out looking awesome. So I think we're just gonna keep that as like an open cubby storage for duffel bags maybe, or extra pillows, blankets, soft stuff. I suppose I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this area, but I actually have two different seats, and I have the bracket set up for one of the seats. I just need to take this one out. I've been putting that off for a while, and then we'll need to find some type of, I'm thinking black carpet or a black rubber mat for that area. Go ahead and take a look at everything from this direction. This mattress was an absolute steal of a find. I got this for $30 on Facebook Marketplace. Still brand new and in the plastic, obviously. It fits this area just perfectly with only having to kind of squish the corner in here. But it's right in between a full and a queen. I believe it's as wide as a queen, but not as long as a queen. It's just as long as a full. So it fits sideways in here just perfectly. Yeah, it's comfortable. So we've filled in this corner up to here, and now I'm trying to figure out what to do with this area. I don't want to go buy more material, So what I'm gonna start out by doing is tracing it out, scribing out this space onto this piece of paper here. And then we'll figure out what to do with that with a piece of scrap plywood, maybe find some other type of plank to put on top of it. I don't know, we'll get creative with it and figure it out. Now we got the paper hung up with a little bit of tape. We're gonna trim off the excess and then we'll scribe out that weird curve in the ceiling. We have this very roughly sketched out and we'll trace it onto the plywood. And this is the shape that I came up with. So we're taking an intermission from building that panel and we're gonna make some lunch. On the menu today, we're doing baby arugula steak salads with some avocado.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here.
I can't wait for this thing to be done. All right, so now we got this panel. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we could cover it up, any lines that we need, but we just needed a base to build upon. So this is a good piece, good place to start. A little bit concerned about that gap up there, but we'll figure it out. So now that we have this plate mounted up, we really only need to cover a very small portion. Kind of going to war, getting all these curves and whatnot. I eliminated that gap a little bit with the cedar. It's just a really hard curve to get. But I think I know how I'm gonna blend this all together, and this is definitely the start of it. So have the base, 1/2-inch plywood, then this cedar bit, and this is the last long piece I have out of all my scraps, so this had to do. Now what we're going to do is kind of go through all these little spare pieces and try to fill in the rest of the space. I think it's coming out looking pretty cool. All right, look at the progress we've made in a short period of time. Now it's not perfect. Obviously you can see a little bit of a gap up here, but honestly, it came out so good and it really covered up that space on the wall. And it comes together all right over there, but almost exactly perfectly over here. So I'm pretty satisfied with it overall. I can't complain. And I'm not entirely sure. There's this lip right here. I might keep that because it hides this from the other way. As you can see, that would be right here, and it just kind of gives it a nice clean line. So we might just leave that. But once we get a coat of poly on this, it's gonna really look nice. And I was figuring we might be able to hang some type of little ledge that you could stuff a phone into or something like that, but I really don't want an upper head cabinet like some people do in this van right here, because I want to have optimal headroom throughout the small space.